The better you do at reducing the spread of the virus, the fewer people test positive, and the fewer people you need to trace back. But it will require, under any estimate, a tracing army to come up to scale very, very quickly. And Mayor Bloomberg has put together a great team who's going to work on this. He has great talent in his Bloomberg Philanthropy, Johns Hopkins University, working together with the New York State Department of Health. This is that undertaking, and it is massive, and that's why bringing in a person with the talent of Mayor Bloomberg and the experience of Mayor Bloomberg to do this is essential. Where do you get the Army? Well, we have Department of Health employees all across the state. Counties have them, cities have them, the state has them. We'll marshal those employees. You also have a lot of government employees who are at home now getting paid but are not working. What government employees who are now existing, city, state, county, can we deploy to become tracers and then train them, et cetera? After you go through all of that, if you don't have enough, you're going to have to hire people. And then you have to train them right away, because nobody's done this before. They're going to need help. They're going to need technology. They're going to need monitoring. They're going to have to be tested before they can do this. So it's a massive undertaking. And that's why Mayor Bloomberg's involvement and his generosity here is so important. And we want to offer a big thank you to Mayor Mike Bloomberg, who I believe may be joining us by telephone or some technological means. There he is. How are you, Mayor Mike?
I'm here.
Good to
Governor,
see you.
I'm fine and good. It's good to see you, and I want to thank you for all your good work to lead this great state through this crisis and to deliver facts and data to the public, and also a sense of hope, which really is important. I know your daily press conferences have become must-see TV for a lot of people. And for the record, I thought your advice to fathers on what to say about a daughter's boyfriend was exactly right the other day. Anyways, the question on everybody's mind continues to be, how can we begin to loosen these restrictions and begin reopening the economy? And one of the most important steps we have to take to reopen the economy as safely as possible is to create a system of contact tracing, as you just outlined. When social distancing is relaxed, contact tracing is our best hope for isolating the virus when it appears and keeping it isolated. The governor has recognized that, and since Bloomberg Philanthropies has deep experience and expertise in public health, we're glad to support the state in developing and implementing a contact tracing program. As Andrew said, the contact tracing is a way to identify people who may have been exposed to the virus but don't know it. And doing that requires a lot of well-trained people who are coordinated and managed effectively. It is a very big undertaking just because of the scale. So we've enlisted the best public health school in the world at Johns Hopkins University. No offense, but it's named the Bloomberg School of Public Health, which our foundation works very closely with on public health and other issues. And we've also teamed up with the nonprofit organizations Vital Strategies and Resolve to Save Lives. Now, to get the contact tracing program up and running a lot has to happen first, and hiring, training, deploying, and managing a small army of New Yorkers, as the governor said, is really the great challenge. To help the state recruit contact tracers, we've brought in a staffing organization. And we're also teamed up with CUNY and SUNY, both of which will help identify potential job applicants. And I want to thank both of them for their work in joining us. To help the state with training, Johns Hopkins has developed a training class which can be taken remotely. It will cover all the basic information of epidemics, contact tracing, and privacy. There's also a test at the end of the training, which you have to pass in order to be hired. So we're not going to put out people there that don't know what they're doing. We'll also put technology to use in other ways. Vital Strategies is developing 3 new smartphone apps. The first will help contact tracers find information and data quickly. The second will help the public provide information to health departments. And the third will allow those in quarantine to access the guidance and services they need, including the ability to report any symptoms they may be experiencing. Vital Strategies is also working directly with the state to develop protocols and workflow materials for contract tracers and managers. That includes a comprehensive playbook that will detail the steps needed to do contact tracing effectively. And I want to make it clear, we will release that playbook publicly so cities and states around the country can use it, and so can nations around the world. That way, the work we do here in New York really can help fight the virus globally. We'll also bring in a group of outside experts to conduct an evaluation of the program so that other states and countries can see what worked well and identify areas they can improve on. And we'll learn as we go and make adjustments and share what we've learned. Sharing and spreading best practices is something that Bloomberg Philanthropies works on with cities around the world. In about an hour, I'll be getting on a call with mayors around the country, which is a call we hold every week. It's been a good way to share information and strategies. And I know all of the mayors are following the news of the contract tracing program that we are starting here, and that other states have also begun the process of starting. Now, before I turn it back over to the governor, let me just echo something that he has said repeatedly and that really is important to remember. As tough as these times are, we are New Yorkers, and we've been through a lot together, and we're going to get through this together again. So, Governor, back to you, and thank you for everything you're doing. Together, we're going to lick this and get back to a normal life that we can, and we are so proud of the way the citizens of this state are behaving. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Mayor Bloomberg. This is such a great asset for the state of New York and all the people in it. This is a monumental undertaking. You know, so many of these things that we talk about just never existed before. Testing of this magnitude, contact tracing of this magnitude, it's never existed.